how are you able to afford a Lamborghini out in Houston, Texas?
I own a solar company.
I'm a pro athlete. All I've ever wanted to do in my whole entire life is be a pro athlete, and I play for the Buffalo Bills.
What was the most amount of money that you made in a single year?
I did have one good year. I made about $1 million.
Company revenues last year, we did a bit under 34 million.
If you were to go back in time and have a conversation with your 20-year-old self, when you were starting from zero, what's the best piece of advice that you would give to your younger self?
Believe in yourself.
That everything that you believe in intuitively is 100% right, and that the only flaw you have is your inability to be candorous to people that you love in work.
Number 1.
All right, you guys, my guy just put up in the Lamborghini Urus. We got to go up and see what this guy did to be able to afford a Lamborghini out here in Houston. Let's see what he has to say. Excuse me, sir. Quick question for you, man. Is this your Lamborghini?
Yes.
And what do you do for a living, man? How are you able to afford a Lamborghini out in Houston, Texas?
I own a solar company.
What's the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
2.3 million.
$2.3
On
million.
one company, yeah.
How did you scale from 6 to 7 figures?
Somebody once told me, if you want to go fast, go by yourself. But if you want to go farther, go with people together, So you got to have the right people. Like my company, we have a VP, right? We got sales, marketing. You got all this stuff. And I have a structure where all these guys are going to be able to call me if they need something, but I can call them to see what's happening. So I think what helped me was being good with people. Yeah. You really need to know how to put those people together and take care of your people, because if you take care of your people, they will take care of your business.
Have you ever been broke before?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I come from this country called Honduras, and I went to school without shoes. I came to this country when I was 14, didn't speak the language, and I went in sales, and I think sales really made the big difference in my life, where it put me into a situation. I met so many great people, and you want to make money, especially in the United States. I wouldn't say entrepreneurship. You just got to go to commission sales. No questions asked. You can be selling solar. There are so many products out there, but yes, I was struggling. I actually didn't know anything about this, because in my country, we couldn't have it, right? But I knew I was gonna be successful no matter what. But I'm glad I came to the United States, and I was able to do well financially, work my butt off, like I say, invest in myself, and here we are now.
How old are you now?
I'm 34 now, man.
34. How old were you when you became a millionaire?
27.
And any last words of advice to the younger generation aspiring to own a Lamborghini one day, man? This is a lot of people's dream car right here.
I will say I'm not a social media guy, right? I want to make money where I can disappear. That's my goal, okay? Do not let social media fool you, because it's one thing, reality, with the reality of social media. So do not get caught up on the online gurus, per se. All these people that they want to teach you how to make money. Nowadays, if you want to learn something, I think you can go to YouTube, you can go to Google. I'm not making this up. Even if I have a question about something, I'll go to ChatGPT. Like, I'll ask. So now we have so much free data that you don't really need a guru, but you might need a mentor, right? So do not let yourself fall into that atmosphere, because it will catch you up and you will get into a rat race on trying to beat that, when you could probably get it faster if you had took the route of being genuine with yourself, work your butt off, and just keep going.
Number 2.
What industry did you decide to pursue a career in?
How do I explain this? I'm a pro athlete. All I've ever wanted to do in my whole entire life is be a pro athlete, and I play for the Buffalo Bills.
Throughout your career, like, what has been the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
I got my baby mama over there. Let me see. 38 in 1 year.
$38 million. That is incredible.
Yep.
And let me ask you this, what's been the best financial advice that you've ever received throughout your career?
Save bread, save bread. I'm a huge proponent of just saving bread until the timing is right. The trick is to make it sustainable over a long period of time. Mike Tyson went through $400 million. Like, you hear these horror stories all the time.
What are you doing to preserve that wealth?
Save bread. Yeah. Save bread, don't spend it. I mean, it's Valentine's Day, so we spend a little bread today. But save bread, hold on to it, and just wait for the right circumstances. Of course, you got to have the education, financial education. At the same time, save bread until you get there.
You made it to the NFL, the National Football League, one of the highest honors in all of sports. 99.9% of people that pick up a football don't never make it to that professional level. What was it that you did that separated you, man, and enabled you to get to the National Football League?
I think I always possessed the ability to evolve. It was always people that was better than me. It was always people that was stronger, faster. I just was resilient, and I think still to this day, I still possess that quality, just resiliency, and I think that carries me in my professional career and in my personal life as well.
Now, you've had longevity, I'd say over 10 years now in the National Football League.
14.
It seems like 14 years. Mm-hmm. A lot of people, maybe they'll stay in for 2-3 years. What was the secret to that longevity, being able to stay in the game for that long?
Honestly, man, it's a little bit of God's grace too. I can't sit here say that I did this all on my own. There was a lot of stuff that divine intervention just, got me in and got me out of a lot of stuff and kept me healthy. But at the same time, my job is to make sure my body's ready to go, and not only physically but mentally. I'm a huge proponent in mental health and self-awareness, and I think all of those things have been tools to get me where I'm at today.
Awesome, man. Appreciate you, man. Bye.
Number 3.
Excuse me, guys. Question for you. Are either you guys business owners?
Oh, you're the Instagram guy.
Yes, sir.
That is so cool.
Absolutely, man.
You came to the right place at Barton.
Could I ask you a couple questions?
You can, but I'm not in your league, though.
No, it's all good, man. I guess like what industry did you pursue a career in?
Intellectual property and technology law.
Really?
Yeah.
So are you a lawyer or?
Yeah, I'm still a lawyer. I just retired about a year ago.
What was the most amount of money that you made in a single year?
I did have one good year. I made about $1 million.
$1 million?
Yeah.
What was the best financial advice that you received throughout your career?
I invest in the stock market. It was probably, I think, Warren Buffett that gave the advice, which I think is very true. Be greedy when others are scared and be scared when other people are greedy. So, when you see the market's getting near a top, you have to consider getting out of it a little bit. When you can see it's getting really low, that's the time to invest, right? It's the theory, right, is to buy low, sell high. But it's easy to say and it's so hard to do because the psychology is exactly the opposite. Right? The psychology is you see everything going up, people making money, that's when you want to buy, and then you see things crashing, people panic and they want to sell, right? So the psychology is to actually do the opposite, right? To buy high and sell low, but you want to buy low, sell high, and that means doing the opposite of what other people are doing at various times in the market.
How old are you now?
Tomorrow will be my 59th birthday.
59th birthday.
Yeah.
Well, happy early birthday to you.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
What's the best piece of advice that you would give to your younger self?
If you're going through hell, just keep on going because eventually you'll get out. I've always had a belief in God, but it was really only in the last 10 years that I started feeling like at the important points in my life, God has come through for me. And there have been too many things that have happened by coincidence that make me discount the fact that by having that faith and that belief, eventually, like we talked about earlier, you're going to come out of the low times and things are going to be better than they were even before.
So what do you think is more important, book smarts or street smarts?
Street smarts.
Why?
How many times do you solve a differential equation in the real world, right?
You don't. You got amazing advice, sir. Thank you so much for taking the time to
keep up the great work.
I appreciate you, man.
Number 4.
But guys, I have a very special announcement for you. We are going to interview Gary Vee, otherwise known as Gary Vaynerchuk, one of the most successful marketing entrepreneurs in the entire world. If you know entrepreneurship, you know who Gary Vee is. So with that being said, let's go see what Gary has to say. How old are you now?
I'm 48 and a half.
48 and a half. If you were to go back in time and have a conversation with your 20-year-old self when you were starting from zero, what's the best piece of advice that you would give to your younger self?
That everything that you believe in intuitively is 100% right, and that the only flaw you have is your inability to be candorous to people that you love in work, and you're gonna need to figure that out because that's your kryptonite, and once you get that right, you got it. And so what I mean to everybody, Jalen, you, all of you, is most kids listen to other people that look like me instead of listening to themselves. Y'all know better than I know. You know yourself. Yeah. And most people talk themselves out of what they know in their stomach, and they use their brain, or even worse, outside fucking voices, even if they're well-intended and awesome. What I talk about is right, but it's right for people that are more wired like me. It's not right for everyone. And so what I would tell every 20-year-old on earth is stop listening to fucking other people. People you put on a pedestal, your fucking mom and dad, teachers, mentors. It's all good. Take it in, but you fucking know your answer.
Last one for you. You've scaled a massive 9-figure business. A lot of entrepreneurs, they'll have a great idea, they'll start that business, they struggle to scale and grow. What's been your secret to scaling? How have you been able to build this thing out to the massive company that it is today?
I'm willing to eat shit in a way that you kids don't want to. I'm willing to eat shit in a way that you kids don't want to. Lack of patience, entitlement at scale, giving a fuck about other people thinking you're successful versus being successful. I'm willing to eat shit, bro. Do you know what entrepreneurship is?
What's that?
Losing constantly with an occasional win. This shit is not fun. This is fighting. This shit's fighting. You get punched in the fucking face, but it's the best if you're a fighter. You understand?
Yeah.
But the problem is now everybody thinks it's cool to be a fighter when they might not be a fighter. Let me say this real quick because I know one 20-year-old's gonna get it and it's gonna change their life, and I can't wait to see you at the airport in 11 years and be like, that was the video. Do you know how much money the number 3 at Facebook made?
How much?
Billions. Everybody wants to be a number 1, but not everyone was built to be a number 1. There's no embarrassment of not being a number 1. The number 3 at the biggest companies in the world will make more than 99.999999999% of number 1s. And so just don't put this shit on a pedestal. Everything is great if it's who you actually are.
Number 5.
All right, you guys, my guy just pulled up in a G-Wagon out here in Scottsdale, Arizona. We're gonna go up and see what he was able to do to be able to afford this thing, man. Let's go see what he has to say. Excuse me, sir. Quick question for you, man. Is this your G-Wagon?
It is my G-Wagon, yes.
And what do you do for a living out in Scottsdale to be able to afford a G-Wagon?
I'm just in sales.
Are you a business owner?
I own a business now, yeah.
Yeah. How long have you been an entrepreneur for?
I started this company late 2018, so a little over 5 years ago.
What's been the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
Company revenues last year, we did a bit under 34 million.
How old are you now?
I'm just turned 47, old guy.
And how old were you when you became a millionaire?
26.
That's incredible,
Yeah.
man.
Well, I learned how to sell.
What was the #1 book that changed your life?
I think a really good book for salespeople, even entrepreneurs or business owners, a book by Daniel Pink. It's called To Sell is Human. I think it came out about 12, 14 years ago. And it really talks about how buying behaviors and consumers have radically changed. And it just opens your eyes up to get you to kind of like realize that there's a lot of salesness out there. You always hear like people buy from people they like. Well, that comes from Dale Carnegie's book in 1936. And it's a great book, but we're in 2024, not 1936. Consumers are much different. Buying behaviors are way different. They didn't have the internet. They didn't have social media, right? I would say that people don't really buy from people they like. They buy from people or companies they trust can get them the best result. It doesn't necessarily mean they like you, but they trust you that you can get them the best result, right? You love grandma, but you're not necessarily buying from grandma if some complete stranger is selling the same thing and you trust that that stranger can get you a better result. You love grandma, but you're not buying from grandma. You're buying from the stranger, right? You might have a friend that sells hardware or like supplies down the street at a local store, but you're still buying that stuff from Amazon. Right. You don't love Amazon, or maybe you love Jeffrey Bezos, I don't know, but you trust Amazon can get you a better result. Now, I don't mean they should hate you, but if all things are equal, yeah, maybe they go with the person that they like the more, but very rare is all things equal. So people buy from people they trust can get them the best result.
What's the deepest life quote that you ever heard?
From Andy Andrews. I don't know if you've ever heard of Andy Andrews. I saw him at an event like back in 2006, and he said, God feeds the birds, but he doesn't drop worms in their nest. And I'm like, that's so true, man. Like, God gives us all this opportunity. We have to go out and do something, man. Like, we have agency to choose what we want to do in life, but most people are like, oh, they're all afraid, right? They never do anything. So just go out and do something, help people. I feel like you go out there and you really have something that you want to help people.
You're in a G-Wagon right now. This is a lot of people's dream car. How can somebody get a G-Wagon in today's world?
The #1 thing you have to have over anything else is you got to be freaking committed, man. Like, you got to be 1,000% committed with what you want to do. Like, you can't be flaky. Like, none of my friends who are multimillionaires and one's a billionaire, none of them are flaky. Like, they're freaking committed, man. They wake up at a certain time. They go through a certain, like, their day-to-day routine. Like, they are freaking committed. So, like, #1, you got to be committed. There's no flakiness. If you want to be wealthy, there's no flakiness. Like, unless you're like a trust fund kid, you can't be flaky. That's #1. #2, develop with the right skills. I'm always going to come back to the skill level, because your skill level can take you to levels that most people don't get because they don't put in the time to learn the skill level. And then the third thing I believe is just building a culture, like building a company where people want to be around and they have that same drive. Like, even our salespeople, our operations team, our marketing team, like, they are on the same mission to change the way sales is perceived in society, and we share that common goal. So those 3 things, most important.
No, I appreciate you, man. That was great.
#6.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Quick question for you. Is this your Rolls Royce?
Actually, sir.
This is your Rolls Royce?
Yes.
And what do you do for a living out here in Tampa to be able to afford a Rolls?
I'm actually an entrepreneur out here.
Yeah?
Yes.
And how long have you been a business owner for?
Since 2019.
Yeah? And
Yes.
I go all over the country just asking business owners their advice to young entrepreneurs. Is it cool if I ask you a few questions for the channel?
Sure.
What has been the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
It's about 2.5 million.
$2.5 million.
Yes.
That's incredible.
It is.
Yeah. Have you ever been broke before?
Oh, but of course. Several times before, but we've hit our stride and now everything's looking up.
And how old are you now?
I actually just turned 40.
If you were to go back in time and have a conversation with your 20-year-old self when you were starting from zero, what's the best piece of advice that you would give to your younger self?
Believe in yourself, because I doubted myself a lot before I actually took that big leap into working on my own.
How did you find that self-belief? Because a lot of people, they'll doubt themselves continuously and that'll prevent them from reaching their goals. How did you find that self-belief to make millions of dollars?
Honestly, my husband, he's always go out and get it. You got to try something. You got to try it. You don't know if you don't try. So if it was not for him, I wouldn't be here.
How important is it to marry the right person in today's world?
One of the most important things, because if you marry the wrong person, it takes you in the opposite direction of what you're trying to go.
And do you believe in God?
Always.
Yeah?
Yes.
How important has faith been for you throughout your career and throughout your life in general? How important has faith been?
It has been like my #1 go-to. That has been kind of like my backbone. That's something that I rely on to get through day to day.
As a 7-figure entrepreneur, what's been the best financial advice that you've ever received?
Don't overextend yourself and make sure the money is working for you, not against you.
#7.
Question for you, man. Have you ever been broke before?
Yeah,
Yeah?
hell yeah.
Yeah?
Definitely been broke before.
What do you do for a living?
Manufacturing.
Manufacturing?
Specializing in medical supplies and military grade paint. We're actually the largest minority supplier in Western New York.
How old are you now?
I'm 45.
And if you were to go back in time and have a conversation with your 20-year-old self when you were starting from zero, what's the best advice that you would give to your younger self?
The best advice I heard was the world becomes a better place when a man plants seeds for the future generations for shade that he will never enjoy.
Break that down.
It's not about you. You don't hustle for you. What's your name?
James.
James. What's your last name?
Dumoulin.
You don't hustle for James. You hustle for Dumoulin. You hustle for the name on the back of your jersey. You hustle for your family. So it may not just be something that you're going to benefit from. You may be paving the way for your kids, your grandkids, and that's okay. The game is the long game. So as long as you're putting your people in position to be successful, that's where you win right there.
What has been the most amount of money that you ever made in a single year?
5.4 million.
$5.4 million. Are you a buyer or a seller?
I'm a seller.
Yeah?
I'm a seller. That's just in my nature. That's why I became an entrepreneur.
What do you think is more important, mindset or skill set?
Mindset.
Why?
Because you can open up a mindset to a different skill set. Most people with skill sets, they're set in their ways. People with an open mindset, doesn't matter what arena you put them in. They want to excel. Doesn't matter where you put me in the mailroom. I guarantee you within a certain period of time, I won't stay here. That's the best mindset to have. It's just, you know that there's always more to do.
And I see the cross sign. How important has faith been for you throughout your life?
That allows me to sleep at night. It provides my moral compass. Knowing that there's something bigger than you, that's the ego killer. It's bigger than you. There's something out here bigger than you.
You got amazing advice, sir.
I appreciate you, man. James?
What's your name?
My name is James, too.
James
James Johnson.
Name of Kings.
That's
Name of
right.
Kings.
Number 8.
All right, you guys, we just got to our first marina out here in Miami, Florida. There's a couple people out on their yachts right now. I'm gonna go up and see if we can talk to these people, get some game, what they were able to do to be able to afford these yachts out here in Miami. Excuse me, sir. Quick question for you, man. Is this your yacht?
Yeah, it is.
And what do you do for a living out in Miami to be able to afford a yacht, man?
I'm actually in e-commerce.
How long have you been a business owner for?
I've been in e-commerce for about 4 years now.
4 years.
Yeah.
And over these last 4 years, what's the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
Last year we did 30 million.
$30 million.
32 million, yeah. And then we did around 19 million in profit.
How old are you now?
I'm 22.
You're 22 years old.
Yeah.
And how old were you when you became a millionaire?
Let me tell you something first, all right? Do you want me to go deep?
Yeah, go deep.
Okay. So when I was 5 years old, I witnessed my mom she died in front of my eyes. At 16 years old, my best friend got shot in the head. At 17 years old, I got kicked out of college. At 19 years old, I was a millionaire. So embracing the struggle, realizing that the struggle is what makes you you, is what's gonna help you get to where you wanna be. And realizing that the struggle is just preparing you for the person that you need to be to steward that is gonna help you. And realizing that, God does everything for a reason. Like, you might not understand it now. Your whole situation might be completely fucked up right now. But if you just see that bigger picture and you're able to work towards it, don't just sit there and pray, but work towards it and work on those prayers, you're gonna get there. It's only a matter of time, but you have to focus on your own race.
How can somebody go from 7 to 8 figures?
The biggest thing with going from 7 to 8 figures is trying to get out of that kind of like solopreneur mindset and thinking that you can do it all by yourself. Making $1 million, you can do it by yourself. It's not that hard. It might take you a little bit of time, but going from 7 to 8 figures, you need to start delegating and relieving your time. Because as an entrepreneur, you have to realize that your biggest asset is your time. And the most important thing for you to do is create ideas and then delegate those ideas to the worker. Because that's what the school system was built for the workers. Do you know the story about free thinkers and workers and why the school system was created?
Well, I think it's kind of had to do like the Rockefellers.
Exactly. John D. Rockefeller created the Education Board in 1903, and he said that he wanted a nation of workers, not free thinkers. So who are the workers? Who are the free thinkers? The workers are the people who work for the free thinkers, people who come up with their own ideas and then delegate them for a fraction of the money. And then they go and do the work for the free thinkers and make them the big money. So once you get from that 7-figure mark and you're trying to get to 8 figures, find people who are smarter than you. I dropped out of college. I'm not the smartest in the group, but I have people who work for me who went to Yale. I have a person who worked for me who went to Stanford. My CFO went to Harvard. So it's about being able to pay people what they're valued at so that you can get what you want in return.
And what keeps people broke in today's world?
Mindset. It's 80% mindset and 20% skill set. Once you get the mindset, now it's time to apply the skill set. But you can't start thinking about making money until you are in the mind to learn how to steward that money and multiply that money. Otherwise, you're never going to be able to get more. Majority of people, if I gave you $1 million right now, you would be broke in 6 months. Not because you're stupid, it's because you don't have the mindset to steward that money and you don't know what to do with it when you get it. But if you have the skill set and you have the mindset, then you're bound to turn that into 10 million in 6 months.
That was phenomenal.
Absolutely, man.
Oh, man.